I pledge allegiance to all the fine girls who we shall worship forever.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another Fine Girls Chat. I'm Lericka.
I'm Nique. I'm Kaylah.
I'm Jada.
So today we got another fire topic. Okay, we've really been bringing out the heat for you guys. Listen, because you did that. This was about to fall.
Hey y'all, welcome to another Fine Girls Chat. I'm Lericka.
I'm Nique.
I'm Kaylah. I'm Jada.
So today we're gonna be talking about another fire topic. We've been bringing out the heat. Okay. So hate to break it to you, but we're talking to the fellas again today, y'all.
Nique!
Sorry, guys.
We're talking to you. So today our topic is, do men need to be better? So, and this was inspired by a video that Lericka had sent to us, and we will insert the video so you guys can see.
Bro, gone.
Yeah, what you talking about?
You're embarrassing yourself.
I'm embarrassing you, bitch.
You ain't embarrassing
Who is
me,
you?
baby.
Who is you?
What about?
Who is you?
Nobody to you.
Who is my bitch?
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Go. What the?
But Rika, you probably want to talk about what inspired you to bring this to the Fine Girls Chat.
Yes, so basically in the video, which you guys will see, the guy is coming up and he's asking her for, her information. He's basically trying to spit his game to the girl, and she's like, nah, I don't really, what type of shit you got? Like, she ain't even feeling him for real. So, she basically says no. He gets a little bit belligerent. He starts to disrespect everybody at the table, not just her, because now her friends are trying to, like, hey, she said leave her alone. Like, he's had to get to a point where it's creepy. And then so they're like, hey, like, nigga, or whatever. And he, like, started trying to get up with them like they're niggas or something. Like, no. So after that, he must have got really, really pissed off because he went to his car, popped his trunk, took his gun out, and started, like, shooting at them because the answer was no. Now, why did I feel like this is important to talk about? I'll tell you what. Because a lot of times, men don't understand what we go through behind literally getting hit on and having to tell people no. Because a lot of men can't take no for an answer. You can tell them you're married. Well, we can still be friends. You can tell them that you're in a relationship. Well, we can still be friends, hey? You can have friends, right? No! The answer is no. And so that's what
And it's the same in like every language too.
literally! No! 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 No!
Yeah. So this video was focusing on the pressure we feel as women to give out our information is crazy, because it can be almost life endangering to say no to a man. So I want us to share an experience we've had similar to this one, to where it's been like you felt extreme pressure, or you've kind of been like a little nervous or didn't want to say no just because of.
Can I go?
Yes.
So, I've actually been sexually assaulted before. And it was by a guy who I called my best friend because I saw him as like a friend. Like, we had never kissed, we've never done anything. I never even saw him that way because that was my friend. That was somebody that, I could kick it with and just be myself with. Well, one night we had got, too lit, so he was like, it's fine, you can just stay at my place. And I'm like, cool, okay, so I just like slept on the couch or whatever. And in the middle of the night, I woke up to him like trying to feel on me and stuff. And I'm like, no, like, I'm not here for this, no, like, I want to go home. And because I told him no, he was not willing to drive me home.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to walk home, because of the fact that he would not take me home because I told him no. And we have been friends for over a year at this point. So that's my little situation. But yeah, and that's why I feel as if a lot of men not every man, but a lot of men need to do better and understand that no means no. Mm-hmm. And that if a woman does not want to give up her body to you, she's not obligated to do so. you're not entitled to a woman's body
I
at
don't have
all.
to give you my number, my time of day,
My social media.
my social
I don't gotta
media.
give you shit.
I have to give you nothing.
Nothing.
I don't have to give you anything. But it's scary nowadays, though.
It is very scary.
It's scary nowadays, though, because you get to a point where, like, you want to tell somebody you know, but you're kind of nervous. Like, you walk around the hood, you might get, like, insulted if you come to tell a man no. But I'm not gonna lie, a lot of foreign men, you tell them no, they don't know how to take no for an answer. And it gets to a point where you're like, okay, here's my number. And then, like, you kind of want to drive off just so they feel like they got your number. You just give them the wrong number and just pray they don't follow you. Because I swear, they will follow you. Like, don't go anywhere. Just, like, park by yourself. You're a female.
And you know what's so sad about this statement right here? Don't go anywhere by yourself if it's dark, whatever.
And you're a female.
It is so sad that we have to walk around this way. We
It's
have to
true,
think
though,
about
it
the
is.
clothes that we wear and, you know, what time of the day that we're going outside and if we have to have somebody with us or not. Like,
Literally have a buddy system in place.
Literally.
An unspoken one.
Yeah, and you gotta have a checklist before you walk into somewhere. Because
Literally.
That's just the crazy part. Because
you gotta
if
carry
you
around
go into
pepper
the
spray,
store,
you gotta carry around knives.
even
They're
going to
good.
the store, I get nervous. Like,
Yeah,
and
if it's
they're
night.
looking at
If
me.
it's nighttime.
Yes, and like Jada said, you have to watch what you're wearing because I probably don't dress the most modest.
Me either, some
But
point.
so it's just like just going to the store with maybe like some biker shorts on and like a little tube top, like, and if I
Even
catch
that's
too many
too
glances,
ridiculous.
I'm nervous. If I'm catching too many men just looking at me, I'm like, I gotta get out of
Gotta
here.
go.
Yeah.
I pulled up to a store. I was by myself. Out in the parking lot. And y'all know I gotta do everything fast tonight when I'm by my damn self because I'm little.
And you're little.
I'm little.
Yeah.
Like, not saying like it'll be one hell of a fight. I mean, grown man,
But
grown man strength is just
280-pound man, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Go pick
Come on
my
now,
ass
look
up
at
and
that.
snatch me up. Okay?
So, you know, like, I parked outside the store, and then he acted like he was getting ready to take something inside the store. So, I acted like I was about to walk to the door. Mind you, this man had been parked here since I pulled up. I sat in my car a little bit just to see if the nigga was going to leave, so that I could go ahead and go in the store to make him not leave. Still sitting out there. I'm like, alright. Keep getting out the car, get back in the store. Getting out the car, like, you're on some weird shit. At this point, I'm about to just leave the store, and I'm like, no, I need to go in the store. So, intuition tells me, get out the car real quick, act like you're going to walk to the door. So I do it. I get out the car real quick and act like I'm going to walk to the door. He then gets out of his car, acts like he wants to grab something, and starts to walk toward the door. So I go back to my car. I go sit in the car. This man goes back to his car and sits in the car. I drive
Without
around-
going into the store?
without going into the store.
Oh,
I drive around the parking lot because I just, at this point, like, I just want to see, like, what he's
what he's gonna do? Yeah.
I drive around the parking lot. This man, literally, another person pulls up. He does the same thing, but instead, she fully went inside the store. I'm not even going to go inside the store because, one, I don't know what she has on her to protect herself or whatever, but I know that when I come back outside of the store, he will be waiting for me.
Right.
And, like, he was, like, singing and stuff. And, you know, another thing that I don't like is when a grown man approaches me as baby. Bitch, I don't know you. And don't call
I'm
me
not your
baby,
baby.
sweetheart, honey, or anything like that. If you're giving
You
off,
can say
like,
ma'am,
creepy
miss.
vibes.
You
Yeah,
can
man.
say...
Or anything like that. But, honestly, all in all, just don't approach me at all. Don't approach me at all. Because, but that was, like, something I experienced that kind of made me hella nervous. So, like, and then when I do, like, groceries and stuff, like, I do pickup orders. If I don't do a pickup order, I'm going in, like, late to grab something, like, a little dinner or something like that. I literally put my groceries in my front seat. I put all of them in my, I don't even go around to my trunk. I put them in my front seat. I lock the door. I carry my key around. I keep my doors unlocked. Carry the key around. My windows be rolled up. And I lock the door when I'm in the car, sitting by myself. Because it's
way.
but it's sad that we even have to move like this or think like that. Because, like, even, like, if you're a woman and you go running, please, 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 always have something on you to protect yourself. Because those are creepy hours. Maybe out there. Maybe wait.
Shoot, I don't even go out my house.
Okay?
At those hours. No, I get everything
literally.
delivered.
So for me, my story, let's see, which one do I want to tell? Because it's happened to me a couple times. Oh, here's one happened at my dad's birthday party.
Oh,
Yeah, it was an older man. He had, like, grabbed my hand and, like, held it, like, on his private parts.
Oh!
Yeah, like while he was talking to me, like, wouldn't let me like take my hand away. The whole time, like he just grabbed my hand, and I could not pull my hand
You
away.
say that?
He tried to bite him.
Oh yeah, I bet.
And my mom was like trying to like.
That is not okay.
It's okay. My mom was like trying to separate it, so I was behind my dad while he was trying to fight him, and like all he was trying to hold my dad back.
How old were you?
This was like 2 years ago.
Oh hell no.
Maybe 3 years ago. Yeah, I want to say it might have been 3-4 years ago. So then my dad, while he was like trying to fight him, this is the only time I probably was ever really scared of my dad. I grabbed his arm and I was like, "Dad, I'm okay." He was like, "Get off of me." And I was just like, I was like, I was scared. I just let go.
You know.
Yeah, he was like, "Get off of me." Like, I was like, and that was it. And then my cousin Kwame tried to fight him. It was a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you get Kwame involved, it's over.
Yeah,
It's over.
It was a lot of stuff. So the next one happened when I was in college. I was walking into a party.
You don't know her.
Oh,
You don't need to.
Oh, that's a girl. Well, I'm sorry, we're not name droppers. Cut this out. You were talking to someone named Kwame.
Oh, yeah, she said Kwame and then Kwame.
Kwame?
Kwame. Yeah.
Kwame.
Kwame. Yeah.
Kwame.
Yeah.
Kwame.
Yeah.
It just sounds the same when y'all say
It
it
kind of
fast.
does.
Yeah, Brenda's face. She's like,
Yeah, no, not Kwame. Kwame.
yeah, no,
Okay.
cousin Kwame.
Yeah.
That's on this side? Okay.
Yeah. The next one happened while I was in college. We were walking into a party, and there's people like standing on the porch while we're walking in, and we walked past some guy smacked my butt, like, and I just like turned around, like, you don't know me, like, why are you talking about my? He was like grabbed my hand, and he was like, "What's your name? What's your name?" And I'm like trying to go, but I could not get out. Like I was like, "Don't worry about it." Like I was like not till I'm trying to go into the party, and then my friend, she pulled me like hard enough to where it was like, and we just walked in, but it just was like not where I feared for my life, but like Jada said, you could easily get them for sexual assault for that stuff.
Like, hey, you getting a little bit weird.
Yeah, you can't just grab on people.
So I was raped when I was younger. So obviously, like, I knew all the signs and stuff, but I really breaking my heart, man. I didn't even know what was going on, really, like, because I was so young. And then when I got into high school, I was in student council, I was student class president all throughout high school. I did every single service project and whatnot because, like, I was that student. I was picked to go, like, attend this thing. I didn't know what it was necessarily. And it ended up being a dating violence prevention and awareness, like, whole course so that you could take all of these tools and take it back into your high school. So we were with, like, Eastmore, we were with Pickerington, like, we were with every school. It wasn't just inner city schools, which was dope. But they showed, like, a video, and it was, like, the boyfriend just being super possessive and isolating the girlfriend and telling her what to wear, and she couldn't hang around certain family members and friends and whatnot. And I was like, oh my God, like, that's what happened to me. And it took me a long time to grasp that because going through such a traumatic event like that, he went around telling everybody, like, I was easy and I went for it and whatnot just to try to cover up what really happened. And it was crazy, too, because I had every single sign in front of me, but I didn't realize it until, obviously, like, being in that course. But 3 days before it happened to me, we were at Eastland, and one of his ex-girlfriends, like, she was panicking because she was traumatized because she saw him. And that didn't click for me, and it pisses me off to this day that it didn't. And he was like, oh, that's my ex or whatever. She's crazy. She, like, one day, like, we had sex or whatever, and her parents walked in on us. And so she lied and said that I raped her so that she wouldn't get in trouble. And, like, to me now, I would never go for that. So, it's crazy coming up in that. But ever since, like, that happened to me, I've always been super defensive about every single thing that I do. Like, I set up, safe words with my friends. Like, everybody knows where I go. Everybody has my location. If I'm off just the slightest bit, like, I'm sending that safe word. And everybody has, like, my mom's phone number, my papa's phone number, and whatnot. Like, everybody knows I just have backup plan after backup plan. Like I said, I don't even take the risk of, going out too late or wearing certain things and whatnot. Like, I don't want to say like I'm secluded within the house, but I know what not to do. And it's a shame like we have to live like that. But when I was in, like I said, so that happened when I was in middle school, when I was raped. And going into high school, it was my junior year. I was at a new school. I didn't know anybody. I really didn't care to know anybody because I was just trying to go to college really. So I only had like 4 classes anyway. So this guy had offered to give me a ride to school and my mom couldn't that morning. So I was like, oh, okay, like, cool. And he lived right up the street. So anyways, we're in the car. We're not going to the school. He took me back to his house. And he's like, oh, like I have to grab something, whatever. I'm like, okay. So I'm downstairs and he had pushed me up against the wall and it just, you know, like replayed. And I'm not a fighter. Like, I defend myself, but, and especially like men, I'm not the most like defensive when it comes to men. But instantly, like, everything came back. Like, no, this shit's not happening to me again. And it's crazy. Like, you never expect that out of certain people. And we didn't even have that conversation. Like, just the fact that you felt that you had enough power to, you know, like, to make me feel powerless. Exactly. And the craziest part was, like, that's when I started my YouTube channel, and I had posted my video about being raped. And so it's not like it was something new to anybody. Like, people knew my trauma, and you literally tried to take advantage of me in that moment. It just, yeah, that's why I've been on, like, my hiatus, y'all's favorite word, my little hiatus when it comes to men, because this shit's ridiculous, y'all. Like, it's really ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. It's scary. I've been followed. Like,
oh, I
you
have
like
to.
walking down the street. Like, they will walk with you for a long time.
A long time. They will
just
just watching
saying no. They will just keep talking to you, like, and
I had
just
some
walk with
Mexican
you.
men whistling me out of the window while I was walking. I was walking home. I was in middle school. I was walking home, whistling at me out of the window. I just kept walking. They're driving slow next to me. I just keep walking. And then, like, what looked like he was about to get out the car. I'm not waiting to see what you're going to do when you get out the car. My ass is going. I didn't run track with baby. I'm fast as fuck. I'm trying to get away from it.
Listen, that adrenaline kick in, you let it
You could
see.
I have a whole, y'all, I never hopped hurdles. I never did hurdles in my life. I
did
swear to
hurdles.
I hopped a fucking fence. Like, hop over the bitch.
Yep, I know.
Like, I was
You
doing
do,
hurdles or
it doesn't
something,
have to.
man.
Like, it's
But
like,
then
it's something
your
in you
body
that just
still come out of
does. You go
nowhere.
back, your brain is
Like,
literally
right?
designed to
But I
protect
didn't
you.
feel comfortable with getting smart with them. Like I normally would. I normally would.
You can't even do that
I don't
though
do that shit when I'm by myself.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna go by myself because you never have a gun to shoot me.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
it's
People don't be you can't even argue with folks anymore. Like,
you really
because you don't
somebody
know.
been up, put out a gun and shot your ass.
Exactly. There was
For not giving in here.
right. There was a homeless man trying to get my attention downtown. Like,
I was literally just with my boyfriend yesterday and had like 3 different men on me. I'm like, oh my god,
they're thirsty. They don't care.
Like, yeah,
Man. I have one more story though. I don't know if it can be the last one, but when I was a kid, this is my first experience with like being followed. But we used to stay in a house, and down the street there were actually registered like sex offenders and stuff like that, which I didn't know that at the time. But I was also one of those kids. I was the only girl in my family. I'm also the baby. So my brothers didn't want me hanging out with them because they're older than me. They want to go and do what they want to do. So I was always left to like play by myself. And if my friends weren't home, then I would just be riding my bike like around the neighborhood and stuff, or just like doing whatever. So I remember it was one time all of my siblings were over. So not only just my full-blooded siblings, but also my half-siblings as well. And then a couple of my cousins. So it was like 8 of us. We were all sitting outside on this porch. And one of my cousins was shooting his BB gun. And it didn't have anything in it, and it was broken. It was just literally making the clicking noise. And then, so I'm looking underneath my dad's truck, and there's like this shadow. So I'm like, and I'm looking, but nobody else sees it, so I don't say nothing. And the next thing you know, this guy just like creepily walks up into our lawn and just starts standing there and was staring at us.
into your lawn?
In our lawn, like literally like 10 steps away, and we all just stopped, and we're just like what's he about to do? And he took one step, and we ran into the house so fast, locked all the doors, shut all the windows. We're screaming, Dad, come downstairs. There's a man outside. And my dad don't play that. Like, he don't play. So he comes downstairs, he opens up the door. He's like, what the are you doing on my lawn? And he's like, they were trying to shoot me, da da da. lying and stuff. He almost got beat up on whatever. But this same guy, so he ends up leaving that night. Nothing happened, no fights or anything, thank God. But he ends up leaving, and then like 2 weeks later, I'm coming home from my friend's house. I'm riding my bike, and I'm going to open up my garage so that I can put my bike in the garage. And I look across the street, and it's the same man who came and walked into our lawn and was just standing there staring at us, except he was sitting across the street on the green box, literally watching me come home. Like, that right there was like it for me.
You ever seen Lonely Bones?
No.
Yeah, you should. Well, don't watch it. Make you a little more scared. But
Is it scary?
No,
It's sad. I can watch it. I just don't like scary movies. I
don't watch that shit either.
Damn, I
I
forgot
don't
how
watch
that
it. It was scary, but you should watch it.
Alright,
Because it kind of describes the instance that you just said. Like, he was literally, like, it's a good movie. I don't want to get too much of the way, but he was literally, like, watching her ass, and he was, like, literally calculating all the steps that he was going to take to kidnap her and murder her.
That is so crazy. But yeah, that was the last time that I saw the guy.
so, what do you think is the reason? Oh, you want to
Weird.
Okay. What do you think is the reason that this happens, or why women feel this way? Why men react that way to women not?
I think it's a pride thing.
Yeah.
Because men don't know how to control their egos and their pride and everything. So then whenever they get told no, and especially because a lot of men are getting used to, like, they're used to getting whatever they want. So when a female finally is like strong enough to tell a man no, then they're like, oh, like, you're really going to tell me no? Like, oh, you're not telling me no. Like, I get what I want. Basically, it's the way that I think about it. And a lot of females go. So they're used to it. A lot
I've been in that position before where it was literally just me and this one other person in the hallway. I swear to God, like, he was giving such rapist vibes. It was me and another person was in the hallway. This was in high school. And I won't say his name because he's known. And he was like, give me a hug, but that's my dog. So I'm like, alright, I give him a hug or whatever. Then he like wants to start to take I'm like, what the hell are you doing? And then he like does like this. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Next thing you know, lo and behold, my ex came shooting through the motherfucking door like, bro, what are you doing? Da, da, da. I'm like, yeah. But I swear to God, I was so scared. Like, I really thought something was about to happen to me. Like, I watched, at that time, I don't watch scary movies no more because, like, I mean, I've been into my Bible and stuff like that. But at that time, I watched a lot of scary movies, so I, like, knew what the next step was going to be. Plus, I've been in a situation like that before. I really didn't go into detail about that. But I've been in a situation like that before, so I kind of felt like the next thing I was kind of was, oh, shit, like, he's about to try to do some foul shit. Like, oh, my God. Like, I'm like, God, please. Like, God, please don't let that happen to me right now because I really, like, I can't. So, lo and behold, he came, like, busting through that door because it was at Ridge. So, you know, like, the two school buildings are separated.
Yeah.
And I was in the hallway by myself coming from him.
It is crazy because I feel like every single instance of, like, creep-ish behavior, as soon as you said that, I'm, like, replaying it, and I wasn't even there, and I just knew the area at Ridge.
You did? You knew exactly what I was talking about.
Predator fucking hallway.
Yeah, that shit is so... Why do they have it separated? Like, whatever. It was scary.
Yeah.
And over by the library.
Yeah.
Well, I think about, like, I just think of the entitlement that some men give to themselves. Like, they feel like you have no choice but to be like, okay, my number's this, or this and that. Like, me, even though I have a boyfriend, like, I still be scared to say no. Like, I'll just be like, follow me on Instagram. And then I'll just block him.
Yeah.
Like, or, like, I've blocked a lot of numbers. I don't give out my number anymore now that I have a boyfriend.
I don't
even, like, when I was single, like, it would be like to the point of like harassment, like how much they call you, want to talk to you.
Exactly, and then they get to calling on Instagram and stuff too. I don't give out any of that.
I literally pretend to be on the phone sometimes when I'm not on the phone. Or
Me
I would
too.
just call somebody randomly and be like, just talk to me because I'm just here by myself or I'm just walking by myself and I just need you to be on the phone.
Man,
and
I have my nerve to pick up the phone. That's why.
I'll have my AirPod in and I'll just literally be like, okay, just stay on the phone with me because, and I'll just continue to do what I'm doing. But, but she looking at me and stay on the phone with me. So, anyway, girl, change for the, like, stop on the phone normally type deal because that is scary. And some people, honestly, like, some people it's not pride. Some people in this world are sick.
Yeah, really are. Literally have mental issues.
Literally have mental issues and they need to go get help. But until they do, they won't be fucking with me.
No.
But I'm saying, like, some people are really sick out here and you just never know what somebody's true intentions are, which is sad. That shit is so real. Like, and a lot of foreign men, I hate to call y'all out, but a lot of foreign men are the ones that really
They're very
can't take no for an answer, because in their culture, they're so used to women just conforming to things that they want to do, that when an American woman tells them no, they feel like she still told them yes in some type of way. Yeah, she might have told me no, but what did her body say? Bitch, my body said no, just like my mouth said. You heard me, but a lot of
their social norms are different too, because they will just be staring at you. Yeah, literally. And to us, it's like, okay,
they're touchy feely. I twerked back, like way back when I was single, way back in the day or whatever. I had when twerking was still in. It was a party. I was twerking. I don't know how these older African men got the club. They definitely got the club. It was definitely in there. So I was like throwing it back or whatever. And I'm like, all right, I'm done throwing it back now. It's time for me to go. Then he like pulled me back. I'm like, no, like
that's happened to me.
I'm trying to go, like. You know what I mean? Like, and then they keep like trying to grab you, or whatever, and then they like look lightweight following you around. I'm like, I'm not into shit like that. Like, don't do that to me.
Scary. Like, I do be scared to say no. Honestly, like when the guy's like, "Oh,
no, that with that." I was
no,
like,
I'm not talking about dancing. Like, no, that's happened to me before too. But I don't play. Don't put your hands on me. I do not play about that.
Because James seen it firsthand when we were in Vegas, and like dude came up or whatever. Like us not even knowing each other, like outside of like the internet, like. Our other shampoo people or whatever. You don't want to say my neighbors. But everybody, like, it was just routine. Like, somebody asked, oh, like, what's y'all's names? Walking away, what's y'all's names? Amber.
Yeah.
This shit just rolls off the tongue. Like,
well, I don't know if I can say my fake name on here so people will find out.
Because I definitely
have one. Like, I'd be quick to be like, Natalie. Or something like that. Like, and then just walk away. Like,
I don't even give like when giving a fake number. I don't even give a 614 number because it's saying where I'm at. You know what I mean?
Location.
I'll give a number like I'm not even here.
Yeah, and I just walk away.
Exactly.
Like, let me probably have like my phone stand, and I'll go like I'll pretend to hit the button, like so it won't.
Yeah.
I don't have a phone.
But that's so crazy. We have to make up all that stuff.
But I just pretend to be on the phone.
I pretend to be on the phone too.
Yeah.
And as soon as I get in the car, I lock the door.
Luckily, I have a
just
boyfriend that literally comes to my rescue
like if
every
I'm
time.
sitting there with the doors unlocked, somebody's gonna open the door.
Somebody else come around the corner and open my door and listen. My daughter
drag me out of my damn window.
Yeah.
I gotta have the windows rolled up.
So,
Even if it's hot as hell, I gotta have my air on.
And even though I'm ex-military, I still like, and that's why I like my awareness levels are really crazy. And my wife be trying to tell me like, you're not really aware, and I'm like, nah, you would be surprised about the stuff that goes on in my mind. I was like, because the stuff that goes on in here, the average human being does not even think about.
And so I get perceived as nosy a lot just because
my head is
like
exactly.
Man, because even the littlest thing I'll come with, I'm like, you see that? They're like, what? And I'll be like, oh, they just so. I'll be like, oh, they're arguing.
Yeah.
Like I just see
you have to always pay attention to your surroundings, even when nobody else is, because like everybody. We can all be drunk together, but you better fucking best believe I'm always on my P's and Q's. I'm always paying attention to what's going on around me. And like literally, like there have been times like where I even have instinct. I promise you, I won't even say instinct. I'll say it's God. God be talking to me. And like literally, like I had a friend, like we were robbed at gunpoint together, and I told her, I said, we probably shouldn't go this way. She's like, no, we just want to go this way. I'm like, I really feel like we don't need to go this way. And I ignored that voice and I went that way. When we got robbed at gunpoint, he took our shit. And then there was another time where I didn't go with her. We ended up splitting up or whatever, and some bad things ended up happening to her that night. And I was like, why didn't you just come with me?
Yeah.
Like, why didn't I be trying to, like, I'd be really having these feelings where I'd be like, go do this. Like, literally, like, okay, this is a personal story, and this is, like, a little bit off the subject because it's really about just my instinct at this point. Just God talking to me. But I just want to say it. Like, I'm kind of just talking to you on my camera so much at this point. But, so, basically, my other trainer had passed away some years back. And, like, I was, like, everybody was just at the house. And, like, everybody was just really distraught. And I'm like, I need to get away from that. I need to just run the wall and be by myself. Because I don't like to grieve around everybody. I grieve by myself. And I don't like to break down in front of my sisters because I'm the strong one. I'm supposed to be anyway because I'm the oldest. I've always been like that. So I put my emotions elsewhere.
On the back burner.
Yeah, and I always have done that. Because, you know, they don't need to see me. If they see me hysterical and they already hysterical, they're going to go even more crazy. So I keep my shit together for the most part. But I just walk around the block randomly. I'm just talking to God. And then next thing you know, like, something just told me, y'all don't understand, like, and I'm getting goosebumps on this story because it's so crazy. You see him? I'm telling you. I was walking around the block. Someone just told me, like, go back to the house. Go run. I ran to the house, and I don't know what told me. Destiny. I banged on the fucking door, and I don't mean to tell my sister's names. But I banged on the door. My sister was in the bathroom trying to kill herself, and nobody in the house knew nothing. I literally bursted on her, doing like this, and made my sister spit out all those fucking pills.
Wow.
Like, y'all don't understand. Like, not only did I lose my aunt that day, but I could have lost my sister. But by the grace of God, Him speaking to me through me, I was able to run back to the house and like, stop it. Like, nobody else even knew my sister was in the bathroom. Like, nobody knew where Destiny was at when I came into the house. Nobody knew. I said, "Where's this at? Where's this at?" They're like, "I don't know. Everybody's like, "I don't know."
Yeah.
So, like, when I say, like, I be getting, like, God be really telling me when it's time to get up out of somewhere. Remember, I had left somewhere, turned around the next morning, got shot up. I told y'all we needed to leave early. Thank you, Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that'd be me. Like, I'd be really, I don't know, I'd be really having to feel like, all right, it's time to go.
People put you where you need to be.
Exactly.
And that's why they just say when you hear that voice, you have to listen.
Always.
Yeah, and I'll always
That's why you
listen.
always-
That's why I think God always still continues to talk to me, because
Yeah.
I always, like, from now on, like, ever since I got robbed, when God tell me I don't need to go that place, I'm not going.
Yeah.
Like, and when everything is, like, against me to where, like, it's like, it wasn't meant for me to, oh, you better believe I'm not fighting against it.
At all.
Yeah, same thing. I just do.
That was the same
I
situation.
go wherever he tells me. I go wherever.
When we got shot at,
See?
because we were in an Uber, but that night before we had even left, me and I call her my sister, we were like, we don't want to go. Like, for real, we was feeling like we don't want to go.
Yeah.
But like, there was like, she had a show.
And you didn't
going.
know why you were feeling like that.
Yeah,
but you just
she had a show going and stuff. We were 8 people deep in this Uber, and we're going to pull onto the freeway, and somebody just starts thumping at the Uber, and we're like, Uber driver got hit. It was some crazy stuff. So that's why I'm like, that's why I really don't like to do nothing, because I've been there, I've done all that.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't.
Exactly. You just
I be to myself for the most part. I'm like, I'm cool. Like, I don't have nothing.
Ain't
nothing out there for
y'all didn't even want to go. Imagine had y'all just not want to go.
Exactly. But she had a performance, so she's like, I have to go. Like, but yeah.
But by the grace of God, y'all didn't get hit.
Exactly. You trust that gut. Yeah. That's why I'm very vigilant. If I go someplace, like, I'm always sitting by the door. I'm always facing the door.
Yeah.
I never have my back towards
I need
the
to
door.
see those stuff.
Yeah.
I need to do better at, but like I already walk in looking. Like
Yeah,
my
so-
dad told me at a young age, when you walk in somewhere, you
Check
check
your
out how the
surroundings.
hell you're gonna get out of that.
Yes,
true.
exactly. Always.
Yeah, so
So y'all didn't even notice when we were at Penn's, I had ended up telling y'all, but there was a guy. Remember, we had seen him.
yeah,
We
I
paid
was when
attention.
you said you was watching.
I said-
me and you was watching the
Man,
steps.
I asked Nique,
We was just looking
I said, Nique. I said, you peeped that? She said, peep. She said, oh yeah, he's weird. I said, yeah, he's weird as fuck. I said, let me tell him real quick, because he literally had no business being there. He wasn't with anybody there. He just kept trying to act like he was.
Exactly.
He had
Trying
a
to
random
somebody
book
else.
bag, and all Pins had just got shut up the weekend before we went.
Exactly.
And so I was like, he walk around with a book bag. He not really friends with nobody in here. He came out of nowhere, and he's not getting a drink. He's not really
Socialize.
social everything. And then I told T, and T was like, "Oh yeah, I peeped it too." I'm like, "Okay, so we
Yeah,
here."
she
Like,
was,
we
she was
paying
like
attention.
watching us have the conversation. She was like, "Oh yeah, I saw we." Like,
All
okay,
right.
okay, because we was looking at him like we was watching him from the steps.
Yeah.
When he came up,
My
the
back
steps,
was
we
sore,
like,
so I didn't know what y'all was talking about.
Yeah,
That's why, y'all. You always have to pay attention to your surroundings.
mhm.
Always know how to get in and out of someplace.
Yeah, my
And
dad,
stay strapped.
my
I mean, it's
dad,
so
and
easy.
my mom just
And not
from
even
a
strapped.
young age.
Even if you have a taser, if you have a knife, whatever, you gotta have something
whatever
on
it
you in
is,
today's world.
have
You gotta
something
have
to
protect you, because your
Mhm.
fist ain't gonna do it.
At all.
There's
Okay, I don't give a damn how much hands you got.
Yeah.
If somebody got a gun, just over with.
The only way your hands
Or
are
if
going to
they're-
do it is if they're lethal. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the only way. But other than that, carry something.
Gotta have
Oh,
So, with that being said, a bitch need to learn karate. That's what I know.
Me too.
Shoot,
I
so
need to
we're supposed
learn
to do
something
boxing.
self-defense class.
We
I
wanted
want to know karate.
Yeah.
Boxing is cool, but karate, I need to know how to flip. I need to learn how to use my weight, his weight against himself, and flip them this way.
So I already talked to somebody about getting us into boxing. So we're going to do that.
So to end this video off, I just want us to sound off on what we would like for men, how we would like men to approach us, the right things to do. Because some men do need to hear that. Okay, so obviously from this video, you know, we don't want you to touch us. You do not have to, you don't have to touch any women. You know, a nice excuse me. I might
Excuse me,
turn
man.
around. Yeah, like, excuse me.
Excuse me, man. Here's $20.
Listen, the excuse
Start
me
off
will
with that.
The excuse me will definitely get you a look. Like,
Okay.
it'll
Excuse
get
me,
you
man.
a nice little
You look so
turnaround.
beautiful today. What's your name? Something like that.
Start off
Even if I don't talk to you, I might not be an asshole just because you were nice.
Man,
Yeah.
in the wise words of Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Excuse me, miss. I
Right.
saw you from across the room. Okay? or some Luther. What's your name?
Be a
Where are you
gentleman.
from?
Be
Yes.
a gentleman. And it doesn't mean
Damn.
spending money, but I was the most impressed by a man who was like, excuse me. He was like, what's your name? I said my name. I'm in the line at Forever 21. I said my name. I was like, Dominique. He was like, oh, Dominique, I would like to pay for your stuff. So he just walked up there and, you know, paid for all the stuff I have. I was like, thank you. He said, you're welcome. I kind of stood there for a little bit. He didn't say nothing else, and I just walked away. Like, I thought he was going to just be like, okay, well, what's your number? But I was like, okay, and I just walked out. Like,
And it's not always
I kind of felt bad a little bit, but I just walked out. But it's just be a gentleman.
Exactly. Hold the door. Grab
Yeah.
the seat.
Yeah.
What happened to traditional?
And if you are a man who is one of those men that we were talking about on this podcast today, then you need to learn that no means no. Doesn't matter how it's said. Doesn't matter what her body said. She said no, that means no. And don't ever in your life take advantage of no drunk ass female either, because no still means no. And if she's intoxicated and you're not intoxicated, you know better.
Yes, you do not have
take
consent.
you take the no and walk
Thank
away.
you. Intoxication is not
not
consent.
It's not. If anything, that means leave her alone.
Yeah.
That's some mess that you don't want to be in.
Right.
Regardless.
You take the no and you walk away. You don't keep walking. You don't keep
And
trying.
an intoxicated yes is not a yes.
No. So we want to hear all your stories about if you have a story where a man should have done better, could have done better. We want to hear about it. We want to hear if you share any of the same feelings with us. If you have any questions, comments, anything about the video, we want to see it down in the comments. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Signed out by the Fyne Girls. Thanks for watching. Bye.